having some trouble in your relationship and just don't really know what to do. So now you're considering couples counseling. What are we going to do in it? If you're interested in couples counseling, you want to know a little bit more about how couples counseling works, how it could benefit you. My name is Gabriel Arroyo. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I do specialize in couples and relationship skills. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you are up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and healthy coping skills for you to apply in your everyday life. So you're in couples counseling, you're signed up and you know kind of what to expect, but things just aren't going the way that you want it to go. So now for me, I practice a few fair rules of how couples counseling is going to go. The first one is we are not attacking one another, right? We're there for some reason. Now, whatever that goal may be, whether it's to maintain the relationship, improve the relationship, or split up amicably, whatever the case may be, you are there for a reason. And attacking one another just in therapy, so in front of a therapist, just for fun, I guess, is not what couples counseling is really supposed to be about. Now, I guess some therapists might do that. I personally don't. I'm not there to just be a referee and enjoy the show while couples go at each other. So I established these fair rules. So here's what to expect if you were doing couples counseling with someone like myself, or I would assume many other therapists. So we're not calling each other out of our names. We're not being disrespectful or degrading in any way. We are communicating. And that's essentially what couples counseling is for, is to help us communicate when we feel like we can't do it just by ourselves. So a third-party mediator is now helping facilitate healthy communication, breaking things down, reflecting with both parties, not taking sides, but reflecting with both parties to find an objective and neutral understanding that's going to be healthy for all. Rule number 2 is we're not threatening each other. So I hear this a lot in couples counseling is a couple comes in, they're all on board. They're like, yeah, Gabriel, you're our last hope. We're trying to make this work and please do everything. Because if he or she does this again, I'm out. I'm divorcing them. Last straw. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So those are threats and ultimatums. And now I get it. Boundaries are healthy and there are consequences for boundaries being infringed upon. I'm totally about that. That's boundaries. But making threats just because we're not getting our way is never going to be healthy. Now, of course, you're doing A, B, and C. That's against a core value. Yeah, there's going to be some consequences for that. Now, what the consequence is, that's dependent on each relationship and each person, but we're not threatening our party. Rule number 3, we're owning our own stuff. I can't even tell you how many times I hear in couple sessions, he did this, she did that, that's why I did this, and A, B, and C, and circular causality and cause and effect. Okay, sure, there might be some truth to that, but ultimately, we're all adults, assumingly, if we're in couples counseling, and we are taking accountability for our own action, right? There's nothing worse than watching people get gaslit in session because somebody doesn't want to take accountability for their own actions. Oh, I cheated because they didn't take out the trash. That doesn't make sense. Well, you're an adult. You chose to do that. Don't do that. That's not appropriate. And even worse, don't put the blame on them. That is a definition of gaslighting. So we are taking accountability for our own actions. What we did, I did this and I'm apologizing for it. I'm taking accountability. I want to correct it. I want to fix it. I want to do better because we are here. We're trying to work on our common goal. That's why we hired this third party to help us reach a resolution. How can couples counseling help you? Well, it really depends on what your goal is, right? And who your couples counselor is. So definitely vetting that couples counselor to make sure that they have experience in what you're trying to accomplish and they are on board with your goal versus setting their own agenda based off of their own beliefs. Unfortunately, yeah, some therapists will have their own values in mind of maybe they're anti-divorce, but maybe you're just in that challenging of a situation that is really your only option. So you're going to therapy because you need to learn how to split up amicably, and you have to co-parent, and you have to split assets, and you want to do it in the most healthy way possible. What skills are you trying to learn from couples counseling? have that in top of mind. We're trying to learn how to communicate better. We're trying to overcome infidelity. We're trying to overcome trust issues. We're trying to rebuild intimacy. We're trying to rebuild that spark. We're just trying to have a tune-up to make sure that we last another 40 years together, or whatever time frame that you are dedicating to. So having your goals in mind of what you're trying to accomplish in couples counseling. If you like the video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and even comment below with any questions, what was helpful for you, or some new topics that you'd like to hear about, because I'd love to give you information and videos on what's going to help you. That's what this channel is all about.